investigating it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're still. This is still an open case. It's been open, and they've done. Um, sh- um, Sheila, who's still alive, is praising the investigators on the case now because they've gotten more done, and this amount of time as compared to the old investigators. I mean, in 2018, Gam stated that the DNA evidence recovered from a piece of tape at the crime scene matched that of a known living suspect.
Okay.
But there's still not enough evidence to be able to get an arrest warrant out.
I mean, it's coming up on 40 years anniversary of the murders. Like, if they believe that there's somebody alive who, committed the murders, better start acting on it quick because
Yeah, it's not much time. I mean, Marilyn Smart, she ended up divorcing Marty Smart later in the 80s. She ended up passing away back February 26th of 2020. Not a lot of people are surviving. So,
yeah, hopefully they act on it soon. 40 years is a long time since the murder. All right. Do we have anything else to cover? I think this was probably, of all the unsolved mysteries we've done, this is the most sure I feel about a suspect.
Yeah, I'm pointing it to. I think it's Marty and his buddy Bo, and maybe one other person. But there's still people alive in that town or around that town or around the United States that was living in that area that knows more than what they're saying. But I think it points to Marty and Bo, that they were the two murderers, and 4 people are gone. And the fact they haven't gotten justice yet, we're almost at 40 years, is a travesty.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, yeah. So keep an eye out. Maybe, I think they're close to finding out who did this and them announcing some arrest. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, also, to make sure that this case stays alive, the Keddie28.com, which has really kept this case alive. They're still looking for donations to help keep that website up, which is where I got some of the information for this this case in this episode of this podcast. So they did have an Indiegogo, but I think it's closed. But they still have a form open at Keddie28.com. If they have any donations, if you're able to take donations, donate to the site, because these guys, the people behind it, kept this case open for a long time and kept it into kept it in light. So making sure people don't forget about it. So if you're able to donate to them, give them a donation. So they're very helpful in putting together the information that we needed for this podcast. So, yeah. Again, I think that we're close to figure out who making some arrests. So hopefully,
and we'll have an update podcast for sure.
Yes, I will update it. Yes, I will update it as well. So, all right. Well,
no, man, this was a good one. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a good one. There's a lot of information, and now this next podcast we gotta do something a little bit lighter. And then I end up picking some other random unsolved murder or something. All right, all right. So nothing else to add. So okay, I think we'll just sign off for today. Gore, I do appreciate you coming
Of
on
course.
again as always. Yes, this has been fun, and I'd like to thank all y'all for listening to Weekend Weird. So we got some new episodes coming up after this one. We got UFO Alien Month in May. We'll be doing that. Read some stories about the weird and mundane. Also, more ghost stories coming up too as well. So we thank you for listening to Weekend Weird. For myself, RedNick and Ogul, would say to you, stay weird, because being weird is really cool. We'll see y'all.